my question is around this verticality, which is something I've been hungering for. And when I can find that, I feel a sense of presence. And I feel a sense of rootedness. And there's this, it's hard for me to hold it though, because I get scared. I get scared because of the power that I feel, that there's a sense of power, and power has been something that I was not allowed to have. Power with no, you know. So all of a sudden I feel this sense of power and awakeness, and my mind tells me, oh, you know, you're starting to feel like you're the center of the universe. And this is all you, and that's not a permissible, that's a taboo. It's a taboo. And I'm wondering if you can give advice in terms of being able to stay in that presence and just melt into it, to enter into it, so I don't skitter off like you know, hot water on a pan, you know, that
the true power of presence has no self in it. Presence is naked. In other words, it doesn't bring a concept of self. It doesn't there's no self-referencing in it. So the sense as you taste that presence, or it starts to reveal itself, that the sense that it's too much or you shouldn't go there because it's taboo, is when the self is taking ownership of that presence. Notice that, and the deepening into it that you are calling for is to, if you like, allow presence without any overlay of the self on it. The power is not the power of the self. Do you see what I mean? It's a little bit like in meditation. Very often in meditation, when we sit in silence and maybe for a long time, or we're experienced meditators, there's a point where almost the self disappears. There's no witness anymore. There's just, I'm describing it now, so that brings the witness into it. But if you're in that deep state of silence, it's like there's nobody there. There's nobody to even say, this is silence. But as soon as the self comes in and says, that's it, one's kind of snapped out of it back into self. Well, it's a little bit like that. That's what I'm hearing, is that when you fall into presence, there's something that comes in, the self, that says, that's it, but that's too much. Yeah. So there's some dance there for you, some, again, discernment, and it's subtle, to notice how the self comes in and says, this is too much, or I shouldn't go there, or I shouldn't be this. And just to have a light touch on it. Yeah, it's not yours to own. Presence isn't yours to own.